Hello everyone, today I will be talking about one renewable type of energy and one non-renewable type of energy. So the type of renewable energy I chose to do was geothermal, and the way geothermal works is it takes extremely hot steam from underground. This steam powers turbines, and then the turbines would power generators which would produce our electricity. After the turbines produce their energy, the steam is condensed back into water and the water goes back into the earth. So before the steam is collected, the steam is actually water, and this water goes through a well with high pressure, and then once the water reaches surface there's a pressure drop, and that's what makes the change from water to steam, and then that's where the whole process would begin. So the first energy system was seen in the late 18th century in Pisa, Italy, and some pros about geothermal is that it's going to be a lot more environmentally friendly than things like gas or oil because it's not emitting nearly as many gases into the atmosphere. And if you wanted to compare a furnace with a geothermal energy system, the geothermal is going to be a lot more efficient because it doesn't have to create new heat or energy. It just takes what's already existed in the earth and then starts from there. Some more pros would be that geothermal energy systems can be installed in most houses. And once you make that first installment payment for the geothermal system, you can save money by not using your heater or air conditioning. So they can get a little pricey, going from $7,000 to up to $30,000. But they can last about 25 to 50 years. So in my opinion, it's kind of a bang for your buck. Some other cons are that it can damage things underground like plants and roots. And to repair these plants and roots, it can be very, very expensive. And another con is if you have an open loop system, a geothermal open loop system, it doesn't include water or steam in the process, so there's much more gases being emitted into the atmosphere. And geothermal has actually been being looked at as a major alternative energy source, and it could possibly be a solution to help with global warming as well. So the type of non-renewable energy source that I chose to do was natural gas, and natural gas is a fossil fuel, and believe it or not, it's the cleanest fossil fuel that there is. The first use of natural gas in the United States was in 1816 in Baltimore, and it was used to power the street lights in the streets. And most natural gas plants, they use a gas turbine, and then they would add the natural gas along with air, and then this combust together to go to the generator and then would produce our electricity. So some pros about natural gas is it's actually probably one of the best non-renewable energy sources because it produces half the CO2 that coal does and a third less than oil does. And it also just emits a lot less toxic chemicals just in general. Although it doesn't produce CO2, it is going to be producing methane or CH4, which is actually 20 times more potent than CO2, so that's not very good. And natural gas can actually create a lot of pollution through air and water. Through the water, it's contaminating groundwater by drilling, and this contaminated groundwater isn't being disposed of properly, so that's not very good at all. In 2016, the consumption rate of natural gas was about 27.5 trillion cubic feet per year. So if we continue along with this rate, then we should be able to have natural gas for about 90 more years, give or take. And natural gas was actually looked at as being an alternative energy source for oil so that the U.S. could try to reduce the usage of the oil. Thank you.